now. All right. Hello, everyone. This is episode 4 of the Black Minds Matter podcast. And D'Angelo, why did you mute yourself again? There he goes. Yeah, there it is. So real quick, Black Minds Matter is also, as you know, there's Black Lives Matter, and Black Minds Matter discusses and it essentially enhances that topic to stop killing us in the streets. So before we start, and this is a good editing point, I just want to say that we will have an intro, and it goes a little something like this. Yeah. All right. Anyway, so the topic of discussion right now is Black Lives Matter versus All Lives Matter, and I say this because I'm sure a lot of you are aware there was an incident with I believe how old was he? He was about like maybe 8 years old or something. 8-year-old Cannon I can't say his name. Forgive me. Was shot and killed by a black man. This is a white child shot and killed by a black man. And what's crazy is there are people trying to scapegoat it as a means of, you see, this is why Black Lives Matter is a terrorist movement or whatever. And it's like, what? How did you get a terrorist movement from a black man killing a white child? Where do you get the gall, the gumption to make such a bold jump from we just want to be treated equally to now we're a terrorist organization? It boggles the mind. So now that the bait is thrown, Sharks, go forth. Go at it. Just have at it. Because I'm not understanding. It's not registering for me, Chief. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't understand how that even. I don't know how that works.
No, it don't make no sense. That really don't make.
I think it's ignorance.
Because like, okay, a black man kills a white child, and then you tie it together with like he's some sort of assassin sent to kill all the white people. Like, how? What? The man probably was one of those outsiders that didn't even mess with Black Lives Matter. He probably thought it was a joke, like some of these other black people.
Just like how there's, I think it's so frustrating. The movement in saying, hey, we need to have certain police reform, right? Needing to have police reform. And then people make the assumption and saying, well, you think we shouldn't have police at all? Like, no, it's not. We shouldn't have police at all. There's great police. The majority of police are great.
Yes,
not saying.
Exactly.
It's just there's enough of the bad apples in an area of our civilization that is meant to be majority good. Like, it shouldn't be a bad cop, right?
Exactly.
And we understand that we're human. So to put an imperfect being into a perfect profession is it's hard in that aspect. But at the same time, we need to identify and say, hey, there is an issue. Let's address it. And to complain or to try to flip it and say, well, now you have a black man killing a white child, oh my goodness. It's like, we're not saying that's not bad. It's
right.
Or that's a horrible thing. That man should pay for what he did.
Exactly.
But now, if we start seeing a bunch of black men killing a bunch of black or white kids, then okay, then we need to address it. But
right.
Oh gosh.
And then like the thing is, Black Lives Matter took up the sword for the kids too. Like even some of like it's not a matter. We're not just saying about Black Lives. Period. We're saying this about anybody that's experienced police brutality. You know what I'm saying? Or anybody that's experienced injustice, especially in the military. Because look at Vanessa Guillen. After what is it? I think it was after her disappearance and after they found her remains, 2 more died at Fort Hood. Now I'm gonna just non-joking aside, I'm gonna just put this joke out there. That place is cursed. I don't care what nobody. There has to be a ghost or something that wants revenge. Because I've never seen back to someone call Supernatural, someone call Sam and Dean Winchester in here, get this thing exercised. I want a full-blown investigation. No, but like back on a serious note, that doesn't make sense, because how be it you're supposed to go to protect and serve your country, and then you have to look watch your back at all times if you're a minority, and it's mind-boggling. And that's and what's crazy about that is Black Lives Matter stood up for her too, because they wanted to make sure she got home. We are not, and I hate that I have to even reiterate this, we are not a terrorist group. We are not a terrorist organization. Terrorist organizations are people like ISIS. Terrorist organizations are people like Al Qaeda and what's the other one? Oh crap! I want to say KGB, but that's not terrorist. Okay, prime example. What were they? It was Irish. Fuck! I can't believe I forgot the name of these people. Oh my god! It's gonna come back the minute that I stop talking about this. But terrorists.
Nazis, if you want.
The Nazis. That's another prime example. The Nazis. Hell, the KKK. Damn it, that is a whole terrorist organization. That's the real terrorist. Terrorists aren't a Black Lives Matter protester. Terrorists are people like Buddy that walked up in there with an AR-15 in a church and killed 9 people. Terrorists are people that shoot up a nightclub full of homosexual people. Because why? Terrorists are
on that
people
note,
like Buddy.
I wish I could continue to battle this, but I gotta hop out though.
It's okay. We have D'Angelo. D'Angelo's here to pick up this. It's all right. We'll see you next time, sir.
I'm gonna tag out. But yes, let's definitely have a part 2 on this.
We will, because this is only the beginning. All right, D'Angelo, right. You're in.
I've been in. I'm just kind of listening.
But okay.
So keep
continuing on, and I'm about to get preachy here, possibly. Terrorists are people like dude that dyed his hair red and ran up into a movie theater bussing because he wanted to be like the Joker or something. Those are terrorists. When you see an innocent person, and God forbid let him be black, with a Black Lives Matter paraphernalia on, holding the fist of truth up, the Black Power fist up, because he wants to see racial equality, and ceasing of police brutality, and you throw tear gas in his face. Those aren't terrorists. Those are people that are screaming for change. And it's so crazy that we have to have this discussion. Like, we have to argue the fact that Black Lives Matter. The fact that we have to say, we're not saying all lives don't matter. We're just saying we wish Black lives mattered in the all lives matter. Of course, life matters. Yes, so does Black life. What is a part of life? Black life. Like, I don't get the narrative that people try to like just push out there. Like, and proud too. Like, they are, like, when they say like all lives matter, they are the most proudest human beings I have ever seen in existence in my entire life. It's frightening because we actually live in this type of time period where people are literally saying but to Black life should matter in the eyes of police, in the eyes of a random bystander that's just watching little Dante walked down the street with some an iced tea and a bag of Skittles. Like, it should, like, that should click in your head. It's like, why do I feel I shouldn't have to concede to murderous intent because this innocent African American male is walking down the street minding his business, not terrorizing anybody like he's some sort of dog in the street.
Yeah. Shout out to Trayvon Martin on that one, man.
Rest in peace, Trayvon Martin, because
it's unfortunate.
That's what started this shit.
Nah, bro, this been going on, player. This we didn't have internet and this capabilities of seeing what was going on. This has been going on since we've been here, fam. So at the end of the day, if you really sit back and you think about what a terrorist is, I think a terrorist. Not even what I think. How about we just look it up? Let's see what the definitions say of a terrorist. It says a person who uses unlawful violence and intimidation, especially against civilians in the pursuit of political aims. So a person who uses unlawful violence and intimidation. I think we see that quite often here, just within our own country, bro.
And that's facts.
And for people to have the need to highlight the idea that Black Lives Matter as compared to as is nothing important as it was back in slavery because we were considered soulless. So we're definitely being terrorized within our own countries.
Exactly, that we were brought over to build by the real terrorists, and it's just like it's a case of like hot hands or something. It's like, how do you figure, sir? How do you figure? Like,
we just identified the whole problem.
We did, but I guarantee you, somebody gonna sit up here and say, "But."
There can't be no but. If everybody does, they fact finders and just looking through history, it'll point to exactly what we're talking about. We shouldn't even have to say Black Lives Matter at all.
Exactly. We shouldn't. We could be up here saying all lives matter, but the black part don't matter to the people that say all lives matter. And that's the crazy part, because it's like, but you're literally saying that Black Lives Matter when you say all lives matter. You do know that, right? Ma'am, Karen, do you not understand? Do you not get the concept of all? When you say all, that means me and you. Like, I don't get it. What is the reasoning, ma'am? No, ma'am, wait, come back. Don't get on the bus. Wait.
I think a lot of people have forgotten that we're all the same, that we all come from the same place. And if history is correct and science is correct, then life started in Africa, and we know Africa to be people that look just like us, and we look like them. So if all life and civilization started there, then literally, if our lives don't matter, then that means nobody's lives matter, because everybody,
right? Because if we're really going there, the motherland, that means you killing your own people. So that means the black on black crime. Y'all started that, not us. Like, you killing your own brother, if that were true. Because think about it, there's been the discussion, there's been talk about how Caucasian is just like a genetic mutation from the African American gene or something like that. I know it's some other like scientific term that I cannot fully remember at the moment.
So
But
are you saying that it's a mutation?
yeah, like it's something like I heard about it on a video. Like it's a genetic like being white is like a genetic mutation, like how like albino. That's basically it. Like how there's albino animals, there could be albino people. Like how they're like how in South Africa, prime example. My friend Kelsey, shout outs to you, Kelsey, who lives in the UK. She originally came from South Africa, and South Africa they have a lot of they have some white people there that speak with a British accent, a English accent. And that just that, if not anything, pushes the narrative of white people are their skin tone is a genetic mutation from melanin. Now, do not quote me on this because I'm not 100% sure. That is why Google is your friend. Don't come to me because this is just off of this is just a perception of mine. That's it. Hold on. But yeah, like that's if that be the case, if we go off of that narrative, off of that perception that I just put out there, the black on black crime starts with y'all because y'all keep killing some of us for no reason. And not just, Peanut walked over and shot Pookie in the face because he owed him $5. Like it never really originated was if that were true. Now it's the speculation, but that's just you know what I'm saying. That's just how I've looked at it.
Yeah, it's definitely well, like I was gonna say, it's a hard call, but actually, it's really not a hard call. Like
At all.
this is just I don't know. I'm lost for words, bro, because it's so obvious, it's so evident, and
It really is.
So it's like I said earlier, it shouldn't even be a question.
It
But
should not be.
we have to fight for this, and the fact that we have to constantly remind people as if people don't even know this, like this is a secret that Black Lives Matter. Like, come on, y'all.
Right. It's like, oh, this is what hidden truth is this? It's like, no, it's been right there the entire time. Okay.
We literally built this country. The architecture that you see that comes from us. The great ideas come from us. We don't get credit for a lot of things.
Nope, not at all.
Guys don't matter. They will definitely work with you if you can provide some sort of means for them. And at the end of the day, you're still not important.
So like you scratch they back, they don't scratch yours. It's like, but wait, that's not. But I just okay. and it's crazy because you see that, and not just white folks. Like how Black lives don't matter. You see that in black folks too, because there's instances where someone will say Black Lives Matter, then you just see another black dude like, I don't believe in that shit. And it's like, really, dude? Really, you had to be that guy? You want to be? All right, man. All right, and then that just makes the whole argument just falls apart because we as a people are divided, and that's crazy too. That's shameful that we have to be divided into groups of different individuals with different mindsets, and some of those mindsets end up being not banding together to fight the greater enemy. Like I still can't wrap my head around that. That's insane.
Wrap your head around Jim Crow law. It's a mental condition that we have experienced over the generations. So for us not to like each other, that wasn't something that we just felt natural to do. That was something that we seen this happen. Then we had to be a part of that because they came up with the whole idea like, hey man, if you know one of your one of your slave partners gonna try to get away, or they trying to harm one of the masters, let us know. We will reward you. Oh, they start snitching quick. Hey, boss. Hey, hey, boss. He trying to. Yeah, they gonna take care of it. This ain't nothing
regular
new.
Sam Jackson.
This ain't nothing new, and it's unfortunate that with everything that we have experienced, you would think that it would bring us closer together so we could really work together in order to sustain life. Now, we're going to always reproduce, but we're losing lives daily. And if people don't realize how important it is for us to start working together, then, it's going to forever be this way. And then once we can get our own culture together, then let's work with everybody else, because at the end of the day, all lives do matter.
Mm-hmm.
They keep messing around, it's going to be a full-out war.
It hasn't been already. And apparently Zoom said you got 10 minutes. It's like, but I thought that I was okay. So we gonna try and make this a little doozy, but yes, to go back to what you said, it is gonna be a full hell. If anything, it has the war done technically started. George Floyd was the last straw for a lot of people, and the fact that the world banded together and said no, this was wrong, and they're still doing it. That ought to prove something. It's like, y'all better quit playing.
They're terrorists, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a terrorist.
And what's crazy about it is, like, the police, even the police here can admit, like, yeah, that was wrong. Now, in terms of wrongdoings, and this drives me nuts too. We cannot sit up here and say that there's going to be a full-out war, or like how we cannot sit up here and say Black Lives Matter, and then, as much as I hate to bring it up, the looting part 2 that happened in Chicago, last week? That, oh God.
If they're doing this on the behalf of Black Lives Matter, stop.
Exactly. Please. Please.
Look, I want to help. Let's formulate together. Tearing
exactly.
Down, causing more chaos, and then putting us more at target. We're already at target. Like, we're
exactly.
A, B, and as the lower the more alphabet you get into, the higher the state. It's basically like Grand Theft Auto.
Exactly. You gonna be at max stars.
We started off at 4 stars, bro.
Exactly. Like, and then it's so bad, because now not only are you hurting yourself, you hurting the movement, and you hurting everybody else. Because let me tell you something. When I had to go to Cal City to get some Panda Express and couldn't turn into the River Oaks because they had a dirt blockade, I almost shed a tear. That was not called for. They got blockades all around, like where Panda Express is, and like the Value City and Shoe Carnival. You gotta go all the way around to get up in there. It's just like, oh no, this is not cute. Like, okay, the first time, like the looting, the first time with the rioting, that was cute. Okay, that was bad, but it was understandable.
It was a statement.
Yeah, like that was bad, but it was understandable. This time, no, y'all just went off of some misinformation and then ran with it, and then now you got like half of Chicago shut down for nothing. And that's, I think like a 15-year-old or something had got shot and killed by the police or something like that, which wasn't the case. I don't even know like all the informational pieces to it. I just know they heard that and they just took off and ran with it, and that was bad. That was terrible. Did they what?
I thought I heard somebody young got killed out there though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it was somebody young that they said got killed by the police, but then I think someone was saying like that wasn't the case or something. Anyway, they took it and ran with it, and that it was bad. It ended up being a bad thing. And then the more you see it, the more disapproval. The more that they show it, the more disapproval you see. And then everyone's online being keyboard warriors, say, "Oh, look." Black Lives Matter to the rescue, and they're still doing it. It's like it's like the disapproval rating for the movement is steadily dropping because of things like this. It's not even our fault. Like, you and me both know we don't loot and riot in the streets like that for racial equality and change. That's not how we do it. We do the protesting. We do podcasts and promote stuff on our platforms like you have for Think Big, and like me up for my YouTube channel. Like that's how you get people's attention, and eventually you make louder noise and louder ripples. Looting ain't the way. It's never been the way. Rioting here or there, that's decent. That's a start. But nah, you can't do that, because that just makes things worse. It's not the way. That is not the way.
So what I'm reading, this is from August 10th, theguardian.com, and in a nutshell, it's basically saying that on a Sunday that shots were fired, and that got people riled up because the police said that somebody opened up fire on them first, so they shot back. So
and again,
that's what they saying. That's what took place, and who knows if that took place or not. If that was the truth, police,
right?
Crooked cops would cover that up and say, yeah, they shot
exactly.
You right to shoot back, but at this point, it's so hot, it don't even make sense.
It doesn't. But see, like, and again, we need to understand this. If you shoot at a cop, he will shoot your ass. I would shoot you. If anybody's shooting at me, I'm finna shoot back, because I want to live too. Damn it! Like, don't run. You can't run up on the police. And I think that's the angry part. Like, a lot of people don't trust the cops because of all the things that happens. They're good cops. Trust me. I know like a dozen. And that's just from being in East Chicago alone. Like, I'm already cool with the police chief and the deputy chief and a detective. And then there's Charles. He's a police officer. And then all majority of the lieutenants and some of the newbies that I film when they get sworn in, all of those people, they're nice people, okay? They would not hurt a fly unless that fly was about like 6'2", robbing a bank. That's it. And he was armed. We have to be precise. We're not being precise. Right now, we're throwing a blanket over everything and say, we're going to riot. That's what we're doing. We're not being precise and targeting. Because, like, think about it. If we ran up and targeted George Floyd's killer, Breonna Taylor's killer, Trayvon Martin's killer, Ahmaud Arbery's killer, Philando Castillo's killer, do you know that all this stuff would probably stop if we banded together and actually went after the fucker that did it, rather than just, I'm finna go club this random police officer. If we were precise in where, like, how they went to George Floyd's killer's house and were like surrounded him, didn't even let that man get his Uber Eats on. That's the stuff that we need to do. That's what we need to do. Not push a random riot cop down the street, not shoot at a random police officer doing their job, minding their business. No, target the mofo that did the shit in the first place. That's how you get results. And once we do that, and we don't have to kill him. We ain't gotta we don't even have to rough him up. Just go to his house and stand there and camp out and just be like, yeah, we know it was you, motherfucker. Yeah, we know. Shit, I don't that I don't know. Maybe I don't know, deny him of food. I don't know. Like, you could mob up and beat on him, but then the question is, where would you go from that? And unfortunately, that is about as much time as we have, because they're saying less than a minute. And in Zoom, you suck. Because you told me that I had more time.
Part 2.
Stay tuned for part 2, people.
All right, brother, man. Be safe.
No problem. You too, dog.
All right.